You can see what's in front of us. That's right, beer from Lagunitas Brewing Company out of Petaluma, California, and Chicago, Illinois, USA. Yeah. And it's fall seasonal time again. That's right, guys. So you know what I'm drinking. A beer that I've been drinking for like ever. And what beer is that? It is the one and only Born Yesterday Fresh Hop IPA. That's right, this beer this year, and I think last year also, is clocking in at 7.2% ABV, and is between 45 and 70 IBUs, though it has been clocked in as high as 110 before, back in the day. Who knows what it is now. This is an American IPA, and it is a fall serving, and I am so fortunate that my good friends at Lagunitas, my beer benefactors, have sent me this beer to review and pour down my neck, because that's what I do. Anywho, so we know about this beer if you watched me review this much times before, but currently hops in this beer are Simcoe, Citra, Mosaic, and indigenous Cattywampus. This is a wet hop beer, which means the hops are fresh. They come right from the field. They rush them there, crush them up, put them in, well, I don't think they even crush them up, whole cone them into the kind of brew kettle, and make fresh hop, lovely deliciousness to pour down our neck. So, before there was some, I think, Amarillo and Equinox in this beer, but we also do get information with our beers when our friends at Lagunitas send it to us, and I didn't see anything about Amarillo in this one. So, that's the story for that. You know what we're going to do now. We're going to talk about the color, the appearance, and everything. You already saw me pour it, but we'll talk about that. Anyways, there was a nice 1.5 finger head of super tightly packed bubbles. When I swirled, it's a Lagunitas beer, we're getting nice head regeneration, and there's tons of alcohol legs just clawing down the inside of this glass, but no glass lacing at this time to report. It's mildly hazy. It's not, I guess, really by today's standards. If you look at it, that's a pretty clear beer. I mean, I can see my hand through it and all that kind of stuff. Hazy today means total blackout. You're not seeing through it all, full opacity. But that said, looks quite nice to me just the same. And part of our big, kind of component of our taste is smell. So you know what we got to do now? We got to dive in for that aroma! Big citrus right up in front, a big punch of dankness on this, at time of recording, 2-day-old beer. They seem to get it to me really fast every year, which is pretty awesome. Pine, nice dose of pine. This is a real West Coast smelling version of it. It's less juicy, more pithy citrus, and more dank and grassy herbaceous forward in the aroma. Nice hit of grapefruit, pineapple, papaya. Nice kicking in the mango in the background. A little bit of spiciness, less than I remember from other years. More dankness this year than my beer memories tell me from other years. And less juicy sweetness. Not a hint of alcohol in the aroma. Smells pretty damn delicious. Let's dive in. Thanks a million Lagunitas for sending this brew. Cheers! Nice. Ooh, now, yeah, dank master for sure. Right up in front, pine dankness hits you. After that, citrus rolls in the middle of the palate. Excuse me. Quite herbaceous this year, very grassy. More West Coast forward, less juicy than some other years. I think my high watermark for juice and that sort of flavor in this beer was probably like 2016. I think I gave that like A plusage in 2016. But really dry finish this year. And a building pine bitterness in the back end. Citrus in there, but very pine, very dank dominant, very West Coast style dominant. Tasty beer just the same, but if you're expecting juice bomb, not that this year. It's a wet hop beer. Wet hop beers change every year, but some are more consistent and more linear than others. Born Yesterday really does change every single year, though there are very much similarities in it, but I'm not sure which brewery this was made from. It was sent to me, so I'm suspecting California, and the California brew is usually more around this color, the one they seem to, or this haziness level. The one they seem to brew in Chicago seems to be a bit more hazy, at least in my experience from what I've seen. Let me take one more taste, and we'll talk about grading this brew. All in all, side to side, front to back, tasty brew. Lots of bitterness this year, more so than other years, and more so than some people may be expecting these days, since bitter ain't as popular as it used to be, but lots of pine, lots of West Coastage, totally hidden alcohol. I think this year, From what I remember and when I compare this to others, I think I'm going to give this like a 91 this year, kind of like in the A- range. It's really dominated bitter, and there's a lot of bitter buildup in the back end. Not that I don't like that, not that it's not a good beer, and I'm not going to have any trouble finishing this, but really super fresh and raw like it is right now. It's really dry in the back end, like parchingly dry in the back of your palate, and that's because of all that pine bitterness. But really tasty brew just the same, and that's my opinion this year. Have you had Lagunitas Brewing Company's Born Yesterday Fresh Hop IPA 2020 version? If you have, let me know what you know, because I like the quid pro quo and the back and forth. I also really like it when you do me a great big favor and you think locally, drink locally, and support the craft beer movement. And it is exceedingly cool when you do me another awesome favor. That's by rating, commenting, subscribing, and when you get around to it, you know what the hell you gotta do. You gotta smash that like button, because that, along with one, maybe two, because they sent me two, I was lucky, of Born Yesterday Fresh Hop IPAs is all I'm gonna need to put my big ass IPA drinking happy face on. So the next DJs BrewTube, I got nothing but a hell of a bunch of Born Yesterday drinking love for you. You know what's coming for you by now. That's right, a big ass. Peace out!